Hello, everybody. Welcome to our call today. Welcome to this video today. Welcome to the conversation. All right. So I see we have a few of our favorite people here with us. Mechi, Nirvana, Eric, Adrian, Vlad, Ifra. And I'm sure many more will join us as we continue too. So today we're talking about reported speech. Reported speech. The conversation. So I think it will be an interesting topic for us. But first of all, I want to hear from you. So Vlad, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. The hour is changed.
Yeah, the time change.
Country. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, the last two classes I missed because of that.
Oh, yeah. We tried to give everyone an update. Did you see? We posted about it and we sent out an email.
Yeah, yesterday I understood what happened. Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the United States should stop this system of changing the clocks.
Yeah, in our country in 2027 this month will change the hour.
On March 27th?
Yeah, March 27th.
Okay, so you're still using this system too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. I always use a website. It's called timeanddate.com. And so when people tell me, oh, let's meet at this time in China or in India or somewhere, then I just put it into this website, timeanddate.com, and it will show all time zones. And so you can change the time and it will show the same time in all the different time zones. So that way the computer can do all the work for me. It can calculate the daylight savings time and the clock changes. Yeah. So what's new?
In the spring we have in the spring we have a lot of work on the farm. We prepare the soil for the crops.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this period we have to make a lot of agreements.
A lot of
for
what?
The agreements, contracts,
agreements.
Agreements, yeah, agreements for rest of the year with the companies that we collaborate regarding the milking products for rest of the year. In these moments we
dairy products.
Yeah, dairy products. Yeah,
products that include milk, like ice cream, sour cream.
And there is we have a lot of problems because from Ukraine comes in our country, and not only in our country, and in Hungary and Poland comes a lot of products very cheap. And we cannot resist to this concurrence.
This competition?
Competition, yeah. And a lot of farmers are failed. Is correct?
They failed? Like their business failed?
Yeah, their business failed because of that. This is a big problem in Europe, because from Ukraine comes a lot of cheap products. And that is because they can use a lot of a lot of in agriculture, a lot of pesticides that in Europe we cannot use, and it's easier for them to obtain a lot of crops, a lot of cereals,
Hmm.
and they produce more cheap and sell more cheap than in Europe. And this kind of concurrence, it's
Competition.
competition. Yeah, it's hard to resist,
It's hard. It's hard to deal with. It's hard
to deal
to
with.
compete.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that is the atmosphere in my business.
That's the atmosphere. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes competition is good.
Yeah, but this is not a fair competition. Yeah, and our government have to help us to resist this competition. More better, it's to for Ukraine these products to to sell in the country that need them. For example, in Africa. But it's more simple for them to sell them here in Romania because it's very the distance is it's shorter.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult question, I think.
No, it's
Thanks.
not a question. It's a discussion. This discussion to
Discussion.
discussion. Yeah, to describe the atmosphere and the countries near the Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of I'm sure there are a lot of other problems that happened because this wasn't planned and there's so many people.
It's not a problem. We help the Ukraine a lot with the people that come in our country. We help them. We uh, 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 a lot of Ukraine people live in our houses, and yeah, we understand this kind of problem. It's not their fault. But our government have to deal with this problem with a lot of products very cheap, and it's dangerous for agriculture in our country.
Well, thanks for sharing this situation with us, Vlad.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh, Nirvana, what's new with you? What's happening in your part of the world?
Hello.
Hi.
Here is same old, same old.
Same old, same old. Okay. So perfect weather, lots of sunshine.
It's yes. Now it's Sunday, but every day, some time of the day, rain.
Okay. So is this the rainy season in where you live?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It's the rainy season. That happens where I live too. It's very hot for a long time in the year, but for part of that time, it rains a lot. And so we can call it the rainy season, or we might even call it monsoon season if we're talking about Southeast Asia.
Mhm.
Cool. Thanks, Nirvana.
Thank you.
So let's so let me say hi to everyone again now that more of us are here. Again, this lesson is about reported speech. First, we're just talking. If anyone has questions before we get started, today I'm doing the questions at the beginning. So if you have any questions, write your questions in the chat or click the raise hand button, and I'll try to answer your questions. Great. What is new with you, Edson? Edson, how are things going in your part of the world?
Hi, teacher.
You can call me Chris. Hi.
Okay. Yes, good weather. Sometimes we are on the we only have two seasons. One of them is when it's raining a lot. We are now in this season that sometimes it become warm, and the other time it's raining, but raining without cold. Yes.
So it's still hot, but it's
yes,
just
still hot. Even if it's raining, remain hot.
Yeah.
Yes, remain hot.
Cool. Okay. So what else is new with you?
New. We don't have a lot of things that I classify as a new. I think that the main thing is the weather. Yes, the main thing is the weather. Yeah, something about the politicians. Yes, something about for example, we have one singer from Mozambique. Yeah, from Mozambique, called by Azagaya.
Azagaya is her name?
Yes, that diet, for example, that is one news, not from Angola, but from the people that speak Portuguese.
Right.
Yes, diet, that is one bad news. Yes, it's a recent news that I heard.
Okay.
Bad news.
But nothing new in your life.
In my life now, nothing. For example, I have to stop learning English now because job, and after that I come to the I come back to the program. Yes, that is the difference, because next week I move to other side. I stay there working, and I will not able to attend the class. That is the new thing that will happen in my life. Yes.
You're moving to the other side of the city or the country?
The country.
Oh, okay.
The country, yes. I'm moving
Where
to
are
the side.
to Luanda?
Yes,
Or-
I'm in Luanda now, and I'm moving to the south, one province called by Kwandu Kubangu. Yes, people normally don't know this province. Yeah. Yes, and then yes, I stay there maybe one or two months, and after that I come back to the program.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's happening for you. And are you excited to move?
More or less. More or less, because I'm moving alone, and my family will stay here in Luanda. Yes, but it's about the job. I have to go.
Okay.
About the job, I have to go.
All right. Well, thanks, Edson. Thanks for chatting. Didi. Hello. How are you today?
Good, teacher.
You can
Yeah.
call
Good
me-
morning.
You can call me Chris.
Oh, yeah. Chris. Yes. Thank you.
What time is it where you are?
5:16. Yeah, now or 5:16
5:16
in the
p.m.
morning. Yeah.
a.m.
Yes.
a.m.
Yeah,
Where
I
are
live
you
in Oregon. Yeah, I live in
Oregon.
Oregon State.
Yeah. Cool. So what do you do all day? What does a normal day in your life look like?
No more than I usually taking class taking a grammar class in the morning, from Monday to Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and evening I taking this class. And
Cool.
yeah. Yes.
So what else is new in your life? What is new in your life?
My life, when I was young, I never thought I never thought to come here, can come United States. Yeah. But now I'm here, so I was so so I always happy. And also when I was child, my dream is I want to be speaking English, good at speaking English. Yeah. So now I can take I can taking speaking English. And also when I have to speak English, because I live here. So wherever I go, I have to speak English. So I need to
You mean
practice.
people don't speak your first language when you go out?
When I go out, I don't usually I don't have I don't have my language here. I don't have my relatives or my friends. So yeah, I only have one relatives. So I have to practice more speaking English. Yes.
Maybe that's good.
Yes, that's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Didi.
Yeah, thank you.
So again, today the topic is reported speech. We haven't started yet. We've just been talking to everyone who's here. And so if you came late, we're about to start talking about reported speech. But if there are any questions first about anything else, about reported speech, about anything in English, you can ask your questions now. Write your questions in the chat or click on the raise hand button and you can ask. Yeah, great. So talking about reported speech, what is reported speech? What is reported speech? Reported speech is when we say what somebody said before, what somebody said earlier, right? So a person says something and then later we talk about what they said. This is reported speech. So let's start with the basics, right? So for example, person A, person number one says, that movie was really scary. That movie was really scary, right? They said this direct speech. They said these words. And you say, I know. And that was on Monday. Now it's Wednesday. And your other friend asks you, what did person A say? What did person number one say? What did he say? And you say, he said the movie was really scary. Right? You say, he said that the movie was really scary. He said the movie was really scary. Why was? What did he say first? He said that movie was really scary. Should we say was in this phrase, or should we not say was? Should it say is or was or had been or something else? What are we supposed to say in this situation when we talk about something? So we're going to talk about these rules today. So first of all, we need to think about it like this. If a person says something in the past, if they said it in the past, then that means that that moment is finished in time. And later, if we speak about it, it's the past, right? We also need to think about when the person said it and when we are speaking. For example, on Monday, John said, "It's nice to see you again." Today is, and I can say, John said, "It was nice to see me again that day," for example. So we have to change some words because we want the person who we're speaking to understand when it happened, right? So sometimes we have to change words, sometimes we have to change the verbs. So let's start with some of the words, like today. In reported speech, today will become that day. Right? So on Monday, the person says, "Today is a great day." On Friday, I tell my friend, "John said that day was a great day." Right? So he says, "Today is a great day." And I tell my friend, "He said that day was a great day." That's how I need to tell my friend about it on Friday, for example, right? So the word today changes to that day. The word may changes to might. The word may changes to might. The word can changes to could. Yeah. Isan, I think you had a question there. Maybe you want to, maybe I didn't understand the question. We use was as the day doesn't finish. Maybe you want to ask your question. Or maybe you can write some more details about your question. Okay. So, Vlad, it can be the same day, but earlier, right? Okay. These are good questions. And right, we're talking about this because you want the person you're speaking to understand when it happened. So okay, Isan is talking about that day was great. Exactly. So we need to think about which day the person said it and which day we are reporting it, which day we're repeating it, right? So in my example, the person says on Monday, today is a great day. Today is a great day. This is their direct speech. On Friday, I tell my friend, John said that day was a great day. Now, because it's the same week, I can use a different word. Instead of saying that day, I can say Monday. John said Monday was a great day. Right? Because it's the same week. If I say Monday, that's the day that it happened. So I could say Monday. Or I could say that day if I don't remember which day it was, right? But let's say it's 1 year later. So on Monday, John told me today is a good day. 1 year later, I tell my friend, yeah, John said that day was a great day. Now, if I remember the date, I can use that instead. John said March 15th was a great day. Right? So this is so we can change the words. We can choose different words. And so this is a little confusing because there's the rule how you should say it if you don't know the date, if you don't know what day of the week, right? There's the rule that we usually learn from the books. But in real life, when people are speaking, it's just important that they understand when it happened. That's it. It's just important that they know when it happened, right? So maybe on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, John says to me, Chris, today is a great day. And then at noon or at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I see my friend and I say, oh, John said today was a great day. Right? John said today was a great day. This is reported speech. It's reporting what he said. And sometimes a native speaker will say, John said today is a great day because it's still today, right? Because it's still today. So this is where it's confusing because the main idea of reported speech is just to tell the person somebody said something. And if you need to include the time, then it's important to tell them when. But you don't always have to say the exact same words. You can change some of the words so that logically the person will understand. So if it's the same day, I can say today. And if it's tomorrow, then I can tell you that it happened yesterday. So on Monday, John says, today is a great day. On Tuesday, I tell you, John said yesterday was a great day. All right, so I can use the word yesterday instead. So you don't have to use exactly the same words about time, but there are some rules about the verbs that we use. So the general rule is that if we say something in present, then it becomes past. That's why John says today is a great day. And then when I tell another person, I say, John said today was a great day. He said it was, because the present verb has to change to the past. And the past simple verb should change to past perfect. Past simple should change to past perfect. So this might have, for example, John tells me, I bought a guitar. I bought a guitar. Right? I bought a guitar. 1 year later, the police are knocking on my door. We have some questions about John. When's the last time you talked to him? Oh, it was 1 year ago. And what did he say? He said he had bought a guitar. He said he had bought a guitar. Right? His original words, he said, I bought a guitar. Great. So that's a good example of changing past simple to past perfect. What about you? Think of something that a person has said to you, or think about a time when you had a conversation with someone and try to tell us what that person said. Right? Maybe there's something you remember. Maybe it's something interesting or useful that your teacher or professor told you. Maybe it's something that your parents told you that you'll always remember. Maybe it's something you read in a book. So, a time when a person told you something, and how can you repeat that back to us? So right now, let's go to the breakout rooms. On your screen, you should see a button. Just click the button to join the room. Okay, great. Everyone who's watching on YouTube right now, I hope you are enjoying our lesson. You know, sometimes it goes slow, sometimes it goes fast. It just depends on who's with us, and each lesson is different. So I see everyone who's writing here that they want to join our academy. Here is the website you can go to, and you can practice speaking with us every day. We have 5 lessons every day. And, you know, that's a lot of practice. You don't have to join all of the lessons, but the more you practice speaking, the better you're going to speak and the more confident you're going to feel about how you speak. Because at the end of the day, English and learning a language, it's not completely about rules, and it's not completely about speaking correctly. A big part of it is just being confident that you can do it. And that will help you to try and to take chances. Because researchers found that people who learn languages best are people who make mistakes. They're people who try. They're people who try to pronounce something, or they think they know the meaning of the word, and then they are open to learning new meanings. They're open to someone saying, that's wrong, you said something wrong, you broke the rules, and that doesn't stop them from trying again. These qualities make a person learn a language better, because when you're learning a language, there are a lot of times where you learn a word or phrase and you think you know what it means, but it can have a second meaning or a third meaning or a fourth meaning, or it can be a joke, or it can be something else, right? Yeah, I see on YouTube, Letty writes an example. You said it was possible to join the academy and had the opportunity to practice English every day. Okay, there's one mistake here, but good job. There's only one mistake. You said it was possible to join the academy and have the opportunity to practice English every day. This verb have does not go into the past tense because this is not present tense. This is the infinitive. You have 2 parts to the sentence. You said it was possible, and then you have an infinitive, which starts a new part of the sentence. To join the academy and to have the opportunity to practice English every day. So join the academy and have the opportunity. They're both infinitive form, and you don't have to include the word to when we say have in this sentence, to join the academy and to have the opportunity. You don't have to say that. You can leave out to, because the first two shows us that this is the infinitive form. So good example. Good try. It's good to take chances. Exactly like this. This is how you learn. And Letty asks about our English Everyday program. Yeah. So if I subscribe, is it possible to join more than one time every day? Yes. You get unlimited English lessons. You can join 5 times every day. We have a 24/7 chat inside of the membership area. Also, you can send direct messages to other members. We also have challenges. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do inside of this program, and it's unlimited. You can do it all the time, like as much as you want, as much time as you have. That's how much time you can put into learning English. I know that most other programs and apps and lessons are not like that, but here, that's our mission. We want to give you practice anytime that you want it. So hope to see you at the next lesson. Okay, one more question. Is there a specific age to join? You have to be at least 18. This is for adults only. Or if you're under 18, you have to have written permission from your parents or your guardian, saying that they understand that you're in an adult environment and that it's people who are 18 plus talking, right? Like today, we had a talk. It's not like we're doing something strange or dangerous in this program. We're just talking with one of our students, and he was just talking about what's happening in his country. So he spoke a little bit about politics, and he spoke a little bit about crisis. So like, these are not children's topics, but it's not like they're terrible topics either, right? These are topics that adults usually speak about, things that are normal things in our lives. So that's why we say it's adults only, because really it's made for adults. All of our lesson and our discussions, they're for adults. So great. All right, let's bring everyone back from the breakout rooms. And let's report a little more about the speech that people are, the things that people are telling us in their speech. We'll report it, and we'll follow the rules reporting it. All right. Looks like everybody's coming back. Great. So now, again, I want to open up our lesson to you. Maybe you have questions. Maybe you were trying to form one of these sentences with reported speech, and maybe you're a little confused. So if there was any confusion, write a comment, write in the chat, ask your question, because I know reported speech can be very confusing. Reported speech can be very confusing. So if you were confused at all, or if you have something that you want to ask about, maybe you're not sure if you formulated it correctly, then ask your question now. Okay? Okay, so one other thing that we need to talk about, even if you don't have any questions, is how do you report questions? Right? Because that's a little different. So there's two things we need to remember when we're reporting questions that people asked us. First of all, let's see an example. Same example as before. John asks me, "Isn't today a beautiful day?" Okay, isn't today a beautiful day? And then next week, next year, I'm talking to my friend. John asked me if that day was a beautiful day. John asked me if that day was a beautiful day. We need to say the word if. Here's why. This question is yes or no. Isn't it a beautiful day? It's a yes or no question. Yes or no is not important, but it has a limited number of answers. There's a limited number of answers. There's only two answers, yes and no. The same if John asks, "Hey, Chris, do you want strawberry, chocolate, or vanilla ice cream?" There's a limited number of answers, 3. So when I report to my friend, I'm going to say, John asked me if I wanted strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate ice cream. So because there's a limited number of answers, I have to say if. If the question has unlimited answers, like, "Hey, Chris, what's your favorite ice cream?" Right? John says, "Chris, what's your favorite ice cream?" And I say, John asked me what my favorite ice cream was. What my favorite ice cream was. I need to change the structure of the sentence. He asked with question formation. He formed a question when he asked, right? What is your favorite ice cream? What is your favorite ice cream? That's a question. But when I report to someone, I'm not asking a question. I'm just telling them what he said. So he asked me what my favorite ice cream was. Not what was my favorite ice cream. That's a question. What was my favorite ice cream? I don't know. What was it? That's a question. So what my favorite ice cream was, that's not a question. He asked me what my favorite ice cream was. So again, if it's limited, if it has limited number of answers, then we need to use if. And there's also another word we can use, whether. We can say if, or we can say whether. And very often you will hear a person say whether or not. Whether or not. This means if yes, if no, the same. Like no difference if you say yes or if you say no. Do you want to go to this party with me? Whether or not you go, I'm going to go. Whether or not. It means it's not important if you say yes or if you say no, I will go still. All right? So whether. We can say if or whether. So in this case, isn't today a beautiful day? He asked me whether that day was a beautiful day or not. We can always add or not when we say whether. So yeah, great. Okay. I think that describes that. So there's a difference between limited number of answers. If there's limited number of answers, then you say if or whether. If there's an unlimited number of answers, you need to remember that when you report speech, it's not a question. Right? So this is the same rule about the words what and which. This is the same rule about what and which. We use which when there's a limited number, limited amount and we use what when there's an unlimited amount. So I can ask you, what is your favorite ice cream? All the ice creams in the world, you can choose any of them. But if I say, which ice cream do you like more, chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry? There's a limited number of answers. So it's more correct to say, which do you like more, and then give a list, and not to say, what do you like more, and give a list. If you say what, you shouldn't have a limited number. And so the same with questions. Great. Okay, are there any other questions for today? Gigi has a question. Hi, Gigi.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, this question is not my questions, but we were in the breakout room and one classmate asked us about, he said that he will turn, he'll turn, oh, he didn't say the age, in 28th of May will be his birthday. And he would like to know if he can say that day or this day, what is correct, but only for in the present. Maybe he'd like to say that in 28th of May, that day will be my birthday. It's correct, or this day?
That day?
That date it's correct.
Yeah. It's in the future.
In the future.
Yeah. So when we talk about reported speech, we're talking about things that people said in the past, right? So when we talk about the future, these rules are not connected, because this is just reported speech. But yeah, in the future, we could say that day.
That day.
It's something that's not near us,
Okay.
right? That is away from us. So that day in the future will be his birthday. Yeah. You can say the 28th is his birthday.
Yes. Okay. I just want to clarify.
Yeah. So we can say that day about things, like if you say that day, it maybe you are already talking about a day, and maybe it's just a day that's far away. So for example, in films, TV shows, something bad happens to the person, and then they tell a story and they say, I will never forget that day. I will never forget that day. That specific day that we are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Or they might also want to include more information about a day. They might say, someone might say, you're moving to your new house on Friday. And you say, yes, and that's the day I'm getting a new dog too. So it's the same day, and that's the day, that day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. If there's other questions, feel free to write in the chat or click the raise hand button. Another thing that we should talk about is requests and demands. I've written it here in the chat on Zoom. For example, your mother says, call your father right now. And you tell your friend, my mom told me to call my father right then. Because it's not now anymore. It's then. It's the time in the past. Then, not now. Right? But the infinitive doesn't change, right? Call your father. This was the imperative form of the verb. right? This is when we give a command or an order to someone. Call, go, sit. This is called the imperative form of the verb. And so in this sentence, in this example, the mother said, call your father right now. And when we report this imperative form, we change it to the infinitive. She told me to call. She told me to call. Not she told me call, right? She told me to call my father right then. Another example, I saw you at the movies last night. He said he saw me at the movies the night before. So let's practice with, for example, last night and tomorrow. And then, sure. So when we change last night, it's the previous night or the night before. And when we change tomorrow, it's the next night or the next day, right? The next day, tomorrow, the next day, the upcoming day, the following day, the next day, the following day. And then, so usually we have then and now. When the person says now in their speech, and then later we tell another person, well, now we have to say then, because that moment, that now moment is finished. So we have to say then, right? Great. Okay, any other questions for today? All right, thank you so much, everybody, for joining our lesson, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao. Au revoir. I need to learn it in Portuguese too, don't I? How do I say it? Somebody tell me. Arrivederci. Let's see, what else? Auf Wiedersehen. Masalama. What else? Até logo. Até logo. Hasta luego. Right, right. All right. До свидания. Sunseat asks, is there a WhatsApp room for us? So, or a chat. So yeah, on the platform, when you log into chrisandmarycoast.com, you have the community. Probably you joined the calls from the community. And inside the community, there's a private chat, and there's a place where you can post, and you can send direct messages to other members. And there's a live room that you can start 24/7 anytime that you want. So go to the community, the English in your library on your account. It should say English Everyday Community. If you can't find it, just send an email to support@chrisandmarycoast.com and somebody will help you. All right, everybody. See you later. I'm out. Bye.